Hello, my dear known friends. I'm Hermeticism, and welcome back to the channel. When I first began this channel, I did not think that it would grow to the size that it has. My original intent, and I hope it will remain my intent, is for this channel to predominantly be a form of journal for me to help put down my ideas when I do not have the time to sit and write them out longhand. Working in the healthcare industry can be very stressful and time-consuming, and some days can run for irregular hours due to the demands in the workplace. And so for the days that I didn't have the opportunity to put my pen to paper, I would record videos. Since then, and as interest slowly started to grow, I tried to become a little more regular in my uploading so as to help maintain interest and some form of camaraderie with those who were passingly or more actively viewing and watching my videos. And also over the course of this time, I have tried to increase ever so slightly, or by incrementation, the quality of my videos until the version of my videos that you now see here. I've invested a little bit in the camera setup, in the lighting, and have also attempted to step up my game as far as editing is concerned. With many of my earlier videos, they were rather lengthy for YouTube content at the time that I began uploading. And every so often, we do see a fluctuation in the trends of YouTube's favorability with long-form content. One of my fears was that I was losing viewers in the sense of losing their interest in wanting to engage with the ideas that I myself wrestle with and explore. And so in more recent times have attempted to shorten the scope of the videos specifically to help drive home my points, my ideas in a smaller package that is easily digestible during the course of someone's afternoon. This had come as a suggestion from a few of my viewers who have been following me for about a year and a half or more now. And I know sometimes the editing can be quite choppy, and for that I apologize. I know sometimes it can be difficult to listen. However, while trying out the new setup, my sort of camera shock that I had initially seems to have returned. And in changing things up and breaking routine, I occasionally will have, I guess you could say, flights of anxiety with that. Not to mention it's incredibly unnatural talking into a camera when most of the time I'm much better speaking with others face to face, or at the least more coherently over the phone, if nothing else. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed and who has helped this channel achieve 500 subscribers. I could have never dreamed that this channel would even reach that particular number, even though I have tried making concerted efforts to sort of learn the algorithm, to learn how to use the search options, the taglines, and how the algorithm and the folks at YouTube help to show and recommend videos to everybody. And I understand that some of my more recent titles have been far more clickbaity than they have been in the past. Unfortunately, this is the nature of the beast that we deal with here on YouTube. And if I had it any other way, I would probably be far more straightforward and matter-of-fact with my titles. As I have continued to study and delve into the works of Valentin Tomberg, specifically in studying his magnum opus, Meditations on the Tarot, along with Lazarus Come Forth, it has become apparent to me that there should be a continuation of this project that he began, albeit initially an imperfect start to the said project. And even in his final letter in Meditations, He says that there is still yet more work that can be done, more meditations that can be written, and that he does not feel that he has the energy to continue that work, and encourages his readers to pick up that torch. I hope that in the future on this channel, I can help to provide a perspective related to the carrying of this torch, but understand that this is not a project that is solely for myself. And I would never try to put myself in a position of such hubris to think that I am some chosen one for this task. But it is a task for all of us, I do believe, especially with the way things are trending in the world around us today, specifically from the scientific community and various currents embedded in governments around the world. The air of impending eschaton is certainly very thick these days, and much of what we suffer today in modernity can be said to have been diagnosed by Tom Berg in various ways within his book Meditations on the Tarot. And it has always been my desire to share this project with everyone and to help record it in some shape or form for posterity's sake, for myself, and hopefully someday for my children, should they, well, I don't have any yet. I am soon to be married, but when I do eventually have children, I hope that everything that I have recorded, everything that I have written, and the books that I have collected over the years will serve as an invitation for my future children to also take up this task, though I don't want to force it on them by any stretch of the imagination. But I do pray that at least one of them will take an interest in it. As for the future of the channel moving forward, one of the things that I hope to be doing soon, and I have thought about this very long and hard, I'm thinking of providing those of you who may be interested in some type of membership, maybe not even a membership, but perhaps starting a buy me a coffee or something similar in that vein. Reason being, I may not be able to provide something as sophisticated as member exclusive content or anything like that, given my line of work and the time restraints that it imposes upon me. But I would be more than happy to provide the option for those who would be willing to support what I do here on this channel in any way that they can. My idea is to keep it incredibly low cost, no more than $2. I might even ask for less. And I have the intention of donating a certain percentage of the revenue that comes in from that to go towards various Catholic ministries associated with propagation of devotion to Our Lady, devotion to the Most Holy Eucharist, as well as to various seminaries around the world. I'm also in the process of compiling and editing a prayer book that I hope I'll be able to offer you all here soon. And I don't know whether it will be self-published or whether I will want to go through with an actual book printer who can provide a quality product. But I would like for this to be something to offer you all and to dedicate it to, again, the propagation of devotion to our Most Blessed Mother. The prayer book is called the Hyperdulian Manual, and it is a compilation of various prayers and personal private practices that one can engage with in order to live out a devotion to Our Lady. And my hope is that with it, it'll help to deepen our relationship with her. The prayer book itself will contain a simple and easy form of divine office or little office dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary that is pithy enough that it should only take 5 to 10 minutes out of your morning and evening. It is modeled after the Bonaventurean Psalms that he dedicated to Our Lady by taking 5 lines from each of the 150 Psalms and editing them, or rather editing the language of them in order to dedicate them towards Our Lady. There's also a short little praxis that one can incorporate into the recitation of the Rosary to help provide it with a very deep and hopefully moving rendition of offering the Rosary to Our Lady that has slight resemblances to the liturgy, but not to the extent that one would mistake it as a replacement for liturgy. There will also be a short propers of 7 prayers written by St. Alphonsus Liguori that he dedicated to Our Lady, as well as other various little offices that take up no more than a few pages that can be used in place of reciting the Marian Psalms. Hopefully soon I will have a second draft of this prayer book for those who would be interested in proofreading. Please try and contact me either on Facebook through Messenger or through my DM box on X. And I believe somewhere either on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, or on my X, there should be an email address that you could also direct messages to as well. And while I had initially had some aspirations to provide a detailed essay related to Tomberg and his definition or explanation of what he means by Christian Hermeticism, I was hoping to have written an essay for that to put up on my Substack, the Sophiergist. However, given my recent time constraints and a recent increase in the acuity at my facility, I have not had the opportunity or the time to dedicate fully to the writing and research for this essay. I do hope to one day be able to provide this essay in one way, shape, or form, perhaps maybe even as an audio essay that I can then present to you all here on my YouTube channel. For those of you who have just recently joined, I humbly thank you, and I hope that these videos will be able to provide many fruits for you. I know that, again, that some of the subject matter can be rather challenging, but I do strive to approach it from the standpoint of a prudent and sober understanding. Well, maybe understanding is not the proper word for it, but I try to be temperate and prudent in approaching many of these subjects that are often shied away from by other Catholic YouTubers or apologists throughout the Christian sphere on the internet. But at the end of the day, my hope is that it'll all come together for the greater glory of God, for the betterment and salvation of souls, and present us with an opportunity to grow in holiness and virtue, and to also have our eyes open for the more dangerous aspects of many of these types of subjects that I cover, because there certainly is a current out there led by the enemy himself that seeks to use these avenues of research in order to obfuscate, infiltrate, and overturn the church. But as we know, the gates of hell will not prevail, and so we truly have nothing to fear except the loss of our souls. And it is always our souls that the enemy and his accomplices are always seeking to try to undermine. And if we remain blind to the intricacies of these various subjects, and if we are unable to define the edge of the garden, as it were, and if we are unable to maintain the edge of the garden, then we will eventually fall prey and allow the weeds to take over. And we ought to try our utmost best to keep the weeds and brambles and thorns at bay, where they belong in the wilderness. And hopefully in doing so, we will always have good soil with which to sow seeds. Thank you all again for joining me on this journey, and I pray that you like, share, and subscribe if these videos bring good fruit into your life. Be sure to hit the bell icon down below so that you can be made notified of when the next video is uploaded. Thanks be to God, Pax Christi, and God bless.